Man, what you got planned for the summer?
Summer bucket list. For me, it's going to probably be the beach.
Okay.
It's going to be heavily basketball because my son plays.
Yep.
My daughters.
AAU.
Yep. AAU. My daughters will be coming down from college, so I kind of get some time with them. I'm going to try to squeeze in some personal time. I'm going to have to.
That'd be
that.
nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You got big plans soon?
Yeah. Going on trips, playing a lot of golf. That's the main thing. And wedding planning. So
that's right.
Wedding planning. That's
Sounds
a lot
like
of fun.
fun.
It is. Yeah.
When's the date?
Jesus.
I'll put you on the spot.
April 6, 2024. So
there
I still got time to have my freedom.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Well, hey, welcome back to the Core Compass podcast. I'm Walker.
I am Jeremy, and we're super excited to be sharing another episode with you folks. In this podcast, we cover everything core group resources and how we connect people to destiny.
Yep. Today's guest is our first employee of the month.
Yeah.
Her name is Michele Dupay. Welcome, Michele. Welcome, Michele. Yeah. Michele, just first, we wanted to include the employee of the month for the podcast. So every month, whoever is the employee of the month here at Core Group gets to join us. And you were the first one who gets to come on it. So congratulations. You were the first one.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here.
No pressure.
There is zero pressure right now. I am feeling so great. Not nervous at all.
That makes sense.
Definitely a rookie to the podcast world.
That's okay.
But, I'm with you guys, so it's all good.
Hey, it's all good.
Let's do this.
We're going to take care of you.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about how you got to Core Group and also, what if you remember your first placement or / project was.
Sure, absolutely. So I came to Core Group, I started in September, brand new to recruiting. I actually used to be in the oil and gas industry. I started talking about heading back in the industry. I was more on the commercial side. So I ran into Matt Furman, owner of the company. I know him well. And I started talking to him and I was like, do you have a job for me? You're a recruiter, recruiting company, help me out. And then when we were talking, he said, have you ever thought about recruiting? Yeah. And it honestly was not something I ever thought of doing.
That's most people.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm a people person. Love relationships, and I've been on the side of like layoffs and what that does for a family.
Right.
So to just get that humbling experience of you just never know what will happen, and then you're trying to make do with these layoffs. So we were chatting. He said, "Come in, meet the team, and see how it goes." So I had a few interviews, got offered another job, but when I met the team, I knew I wanted to be here.
That was it.
I mean, everybody was so real and supportive and welcoming, and it was I just knew it.
It was great.
So, and I thought it would be a great opportunity.
That's awesome.
Yeah, to help other people, who are either going through rough times, trying to find a new job,
and transition
them into a new career.
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah. Do you remember the first placement that we had?
I do. So I had my first placement in December, and it was with a maritime company, a supply chain manager position.
Yep.
And the individual, Steven, is doing phenomenal there. I checked in with him not too
long
ago.
I know she's going to remember the name.
Do you remember the name?
Yeah. Always remember your first.
Yeah, you got to. So Steve, it was.
It's Steve.
Shout out to Steve. Yep. I hope you're doing well where you at.
He is, yeah.
Absolutely.
I was lucky enough to be the account manager on that. So I was able to work with her on that. And it was, it was a great one.
Yeah, Walker did a great job guiding me through all that.
It was a fun time for sure, seeing her getting her first one.
But that was the first one. But now you like rocking it now. Yeah. Like you had an explosive month. Tell us about that a little bit, how you was able to do that.
It's just really getting out there and building those relationships. It's all about connecting with people, connecting with clients, listening to their needs and their wants, and just connecting the dots.
Right.
So it's been, I have a lucky run right now, working hard though.
Yes,
absolutely.
And hopefully it'll continue because that just means that we're getting people jobs and helping out companies.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's paying off. And we'll get a little bit more into that. But I like for you to share with us in the world, for those that don't know you, tell us how you juggle family life and your work and professional and personal. That's always interesting for us to learn.
Question right
Tell
there.
us how you
juggle
Michele, how you kind of do it in your world.
High stress. So you just run with it. I mean, you kind of just take life as it goes. So you go all into your day. You wake up. I mean, I don't even get home sometimes till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night because my kids are waiting in the driveway ready to hop to go to their activities.
Yep.
Right.
So there is no downtime. I love every second of it. I love being involved in their stuff and working hard and then working even harder at home and building that foundation for the house and teaching my kids what the future looks like for them.
Yep.
And guiding them. It's not easy as a parent to juggle, but it's doable. It's all positive attitude, and just take life as it comes and jump in all head first.
Yeah.
I'm all about the head first.
Yep.
What's the names and ages?
So Bobby is 13.
Bobby's 13.
Jessica is almost 12 in like a few weeks.
Yep.
And then Caitlin is 10.
Wow. So they're kind of back to back.
They're
They're in that age.
back to back. My first and last are born on the same day.
Oh, wow.
And my husband and middle daughter share a birthday too.
Just one birthday, knock 2 days.
2 days.
Just knock it all out. That's great.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty
God,
cool.
I pray for you, Michelle. I have a 13-year-old. That's my last one, and he is all kind of changes.
Oh,
I
that
can
tween. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. So you talk about juggling, so you know.
Oh, I know.
You
And I
know
taught
the
middle school for a while,
emotional
so I know.
roller coasters
Oh, yeah.
we go home to.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Which,
So how do you bring order to your world that's kind of everywhere? Tell us how you kind of map that out. Do you do it kind of like you're recruiting and set up your, or you had a system?
It's strategic, I guess, to a degree.
Yeah.
I do better under chaos and stress. And the more on my plate, the better off I am.
Mm-hmm.
So if I actually don't have jobs and don't have all this busyness in my life, I'm kind of lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it relates to just having been involved in sports and being on like a structured routine
Yeah.
and achieving in that manner. So I still, just keep putting stuff on our plate. Like, you're not just going to play one sport, you're going to play 3.
Right,
I don't know how we're going to get you to each place, but we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But we do it with a village.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really lucky. We live out in Katy. We have a phenomenal village. They help out, so
That's
many
awesome.
people. We don't have family around here. So
Yeah.
between work and then juggling the kids' activities, we kind of all band together, the moms and dads, and carpool and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's great.
What do y'all do when y'all not on the go? What does the Dupay family do as downtime?
Game night.
Game night.
Yeah,
Okay. Tell us about that.
we make sure we have a game night. Well, there's pizza night Fridays.
Yeah.
That's
All
like
right.
a must.
She's got it mapped out.
It's
Pizza night Friday.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it's actually it's not okay to not eat pizza on a Friday. Everybody
Yeah.
note that. My dad had a pizza place growing up, so I'm a big pizza fan.
Yeah.
So pizza on Fridays, and then we definitely have family night Sundays because
Okay.
my kids, we live in a neighborhood,
Yeah.
so they're out with the bicycles in our yard. We always have 30 kids at our house, like
Right.
in and out of the door.
I can
never know
actually
who's
see
coming.
that. Your
Yeah.
spot being a hangout spot.
It
You're like that
is.
mom that everybody's cool.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
it. I just
yeah.
want to know their friends and I want to stay involved in their life.
Right.
Especially working as a mom, you're working full time.
Mm-hmm.
It's really important you spend that time and give them that house that their friends.
Right.
They feel comfortable coming over. So
Right.
that's really important to me.
That's
and my
right.
family. So Sunday nights we do like dinner and that's like our game night. So everybody's in the house by
That's
a certain
fun.
time.
Yeah, it is.
And they pick the games and my kids love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Cool.
Family bonding.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you for
Yeah,
sharing
of
that.
course.
That's awesome.
Talk to us a little bit because you're not from Texas. You're
No.
you're from up north. So talk to us a little bit
Correct.
about your background and what you did growing up or where you're from and that type of stuff that you grew up with.
For sure. So I'm from the Northeast. Grew up in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
So
Yeah.
Go
it's-
Huskies, UConn.
Thank you for knowing Connecticut. Some people
man.
are like,
Now,
"Where is
come
that?
on.
By
I know.
Washington?"
Yeah.
No,
I
no.
know.
Other side.
Other side,
Yeah.
So definitely big basketball state.
Yeah.
Southern Connecticut, so just outside New York. A lot of people commute to New York City from there. I grew up playing sports, heavily involved in all types of sports.
Yeah.
Come from that kind of family, and played soccer and tennis like pretty competitively all
Right.
throughout my high school, college, etc.
Yeah.
And then after that, I got involved in Pilates, which, became a passion due to sports injury. So I love teaching people about their body and how how movement functions and muscles and how it all relates and connects to what you're doing in life.
Yeah.
To prevent injuries.
Yeah.
Because I remember how hard that was
Right.
to your life sports. And then all of a sudden you get injured and it's like,
Yeah.
blows up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We all can
That makes
relate.
sense.
Absolutely.
And so,
Absolutely.
so sharing that with kids is important to me.
That's
cool.
awesome.
And so then went into the working world, maritime, oil and gas. I kind of did a few different things. That's where I really enjoyed people and the history behind it all.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
There's so much history in those industries.
Yeah.
And then we moved down to Texas about 8 years ago, I'd say now.
So you've not been down here not even 10 years.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know
So
that. Yeah.
so I'd say maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was 9. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's all a blur. Being a mom,
Yeah.
everything's a blur.
Yes.
But yeah, so moved down here and it's definitely a different lifestyle.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
different people, different
Yep.
lifestyle,
yeah.
culturally different.
We're nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll leave that one. I'll deal
Yeah.
with that one for later. So definitely a little blunt for the liking of down here.
Yes.
You know, I come across a little blunt and
Yeah.
rough,
Southern
but that's,
hospitality. Southern
it's
hospitality.
rough around the edges.
What brought y'all to Houston?
So my husband is in oil and gas as well.
Okay.
So his job actually transferred us down here.
Okay.
So I was working as well in the industry, but I was able to work remote. So
That's
I
awesome.
just kind of worked remote when
Right.
we came here, and then juggling the family. We talk about family, right?
Right.
Priority is my family,
Right.
hands down. And juggling my family, working remote, being in an area with zero help. My kids were really young and 3 back to back, so they were all
Right.
babies, you
Right.
know. So we were in the city, then we moved out to Katy, and again found that village. And I just was kind of doing both. I did the Pilates. I built out a Pilates studio out of my
Yeah.
house, and then
How
also
cool is that?
had my
To
remote
build
job.
out the Pilates studio at the house.
And it's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
you still have it?
I do, and I never thought I would do it in my house. Like I'm an entrepreneur, so I love,
Right.
and I've investigated in storefront and all of that, and I ran all the numbers, but I had such great clients. And what was the point when I
Yeah.
could do it right in my
Yeah.
house and it's more flexible?
Right.
It's easier for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
it's successful. And, I stepped away a little bit from it, not totally,
Yeah.
because I love it. It's my passion. To take this job, which I'm really happy. I did that. I think it all works out. Everybody, different things, different times in your life. And,
Absolutely.
so I still do
Absolutely.
it. I do a lot more myself now, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you're teaching, coaching basketball, you're not playing basketball,
No.
Right.
right? Or
Right.
golf or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
At least I tried. I would get out there with them, but I'd find out quickly that the game has left me. And I'm sore the next day.
That's
but,
all right.
But yeah, I'm very hands-on. But talk about core values that we have here. Which one stands out to you most? We always ask, our recruiters that.
We have such great values.
Yeah.
So there are so many great ones. I would have to say self-motivation.
a great
I
one.
definitely drive
I
myself.
can see that. Yeah, she's a
Walker can
self-starter.
attest.
Yes, I can.
Self-starter. Just give her the keys and she's gonna start it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think you innately I'm passionate about whatever I do. I'm going to do 110%.
Absolutely.
That's just since I was young.
Right.
And just dive in. That requires some self-motivation
Yeah.
to be that way. It's like personal achievement. It's not even to compete with other people. People, just because you were involved in sports, assume you're competitive with
Right.
others. Sometimes you're just competitive within yourself.
Yep.
What can you do
Right.
to further along? And so I definitely funnel that passion and self-motivation
Yeah.
to do whatever I'm doing 110%.
Self-motivated. Wow.
That's a great one.
Awesome. That's good.
Yep.
That's good. Absolutely. So I have another question that I want to ask you.
Seems
And-
serious.
Let's see.
This is the fun
without
question.
Yeah. So if you were to be an animal, Michele,
Ooh.
which animal would you be and why?
You cannot say yourself.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Can I say yeah? Because she is a beast. She can be a
Yes.
beast.
There's IS for sure.
Untamed beast.
I know. So this is, I'm very mood dependent.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Can you relate? I don't know. So I'm
little
very
bit.
mood dependent.
I was gonna say something, but I don't want to get in trouble about
So I
women. But I'm gonna
always-
leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Bring it.
I don't want to
It's
get
okay.
canceled.
The Northeast
Early,
in
we
me
just
can
started
take it
the
off.
show. I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah.
Don't cancel me.
Don't cancel
I'm
just
gonna leave
yet.
my thoughts to myself. But
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I've got thoughts too, so keep that. We can go this out.
Go ahead.
So growing up, I always thought how cool to be a dolphin, right? Because you're free, and freedom's I think being free, you do so much more.
Yeah.
It's less
Absolutely.
stressful. You feel driven and guided into do
Right.
things. I don't know. It's just so I'm all about freedom, and so dolphin. But I also there
That
are
was
times
cool. And they're super smart too.
they're super
Dolphins.
smart and they save people,
Yes.
which I love. And they're just they're friendly. I don't know. There's so much. They're beautiful creatures.
They are. My mother loves dolphins. We would buy her dolphin stuff, all that. So that makes me think about my mom when you said that.
That's awesome.
But there's one more.
Okay.
What's the other one?
I am also obsessed with white tigers. So I think they're powerful, gorgeous.
That's my favorite.
White tigers.
Bengal tigers. Yeah,
the white Bengal tiger.
I love them. And so those two animals.
Why do you like the white tiger so much?
They're majestic. They're just they're I mean, queens, kings.
I'm gonna Google that up.
Yeah,
white tiger,
they're just gorgeous looking, and they're just powerful. And you just often, I mean, the big cat family is just incredible when you learn about them and their behaviors. And, you just always wondering what they're thinking. I don't know. Is that kind of animal?
Right.
You know, so
white
it's a little more
tiger.
serious.
Yep.
That's cool.
So it's a little of both worlds over there.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen a white tiger in person one time, and that was at the Houston Zoo.
Yes, they do have one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was at the Houston Zoo. And you're right. It was captivating.
I saw one at the San Diego Zoo, and it was so cool. They're amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dolphin and white tiger. That's cool.
Those are not two things I thought I'd hear in the same sentence.
That's so funny.
That was great.
That's great. Well, now what we like to do, Michelle, is we always shout out clients, and I think actually some of these are one I know you brought in, but a couple of them I believe you worked with. New Stone Americas,
New Stone Americas,
Art Bunkering, and Simpson Spence and Young. Those are all brokering / ship brokering companies that we work with, that Michelle has brought in, and so it's an awesome job in working with them, and we're very thankful to work with you guys.
Yes, we love our clients. Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
So, Michelle, you talked about Pilates.
Yes.
Let's go back to that. I would say the first question is, tell us, for those that don't know, we've heard about it. Can you tell us what that actually is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is not hot yoga.
No. Everybody says, Pilates is yoga. No, it is not yoga. Okay. I'm going to repeat that. Pilates is not yoga.
That's fair.
Okay, everybody.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Pilates is not yoga. So Pilates actually was created and developed by a gentleman to rehab war veterans.
Okay.
So it was actually for men. Which a lot of people didn't know.
Interesting.
And some of the majority of clients I have are actually male clients as well, which I love because they're realizing it can do so much for them as well.
Yep. We need more men doing that.
We do. Yeah. Men are my favorite clients. They think they're all strong and come into Pilates and I'm like, do this. And they're like, I can't. Why can't I do this? But it's different muscles, right? You guys are stronger in different ways than females. Pilates is very mind-body. Okay. So yoga can be very mind spiritual. Okay. Like, so you're releasing.
Right.
Pilates is your hour, I like to say. It's usually an hour class to just learn about yourself. So for when we talk about a busy, high functioning parent, somebody who's like got a lot of juggling to do, it sometimes can be very hard to work out and zone out. What at least I tended to do was start to-do lists. Yeah. Right? You can't do that in Pilates. So Pilates, if you can't physically do the movements without understanding your body.
So you literally have to be locked in mentally. So you have to be
locked in mentally. So for that hour, you're giving yourself this serenity and peace and getting a killer workout. Yeah. It's all core strengthening. So core, and think with a strong core, you're going to be lengthening and strengthening your limbs as well. It's resistance training. Right. So your core is always involved in every movement. And your pelvic floor, which is great. So, think rehab. The reason it rehabbed war veterans is it was working that deep core, which is supporting your spine.
Got it. Wow. That makes sense.
It's done incredible things for people. It was a huge part of my rehab when I got my sports injury. It was really bad. It ended my career, which was devastating for a 20-something-year-old.
Absolutely.
Like,
that's kind of our identity sometimes.
We
get wrapped into that.
It was, and I didn't realize how much so. Yeah. And so I found it because it was my last resort. Yeah. I stumbled upon a Pilates studio. Nobody really, like in the Northeast, it was more popular than when I came down to Houston. It's now blown up. Yeah. But I stumbled upon the studio after going to doctors telling me I needed surgery, after going to doctors telling me I would never have kids because I couldn't bear them because my back was such a wreck. Yeah. And I started doing Pilates. Yeah. And I said, and it's a different. It's a shift. I mean, I was in, competitive sports. So going from that to a total different workout routine is a huge shift. Way different.
Yeah.
So I did it for about, I said I'm going to invest 3 to 4 years, test it out. Like everything I do, I test. I want to know what it's going to do for me.
Tried
it out. And I was like, I love this. So I was working in the commercial space in maritime oil and gas at the time. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to go back and head to New York every weekend for a bunch of hours and get my certification because I want to gift this to other people because my back healed. I finally understood my body. So I was able to heal other injuries and I was able to get back on a jet ski and race it around, hitting waves, all the fun stuff, right?
Right.
Get back to doing all the things that mattered to me, staying physically active.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a passion for me. I like to pass it on to people.
That's awesome.
It's an incredible workout. I highly recommend anybody to be it's only beneficial.
Tell us all around the office.
I do.
Yeah.
Did you have them on the wall one day, Michele?
She did.
I forgot who it was. I'm like, man, we got the studio going live right now?
She had a bunch of people. I was one of them, and it didn't go well.
Hey, that's not.
And I was in my heels. Remember?
Yes.
I was doing it in my heels. So I have to add, it is. I've got that athletic background, so Pilates to me is athletic Pilates. So I've taken them and merged them.
Yeah.
So it's a different bit of a more modern style of Pilates.
Yeah.
Because I like that burn. I like that rush, that feel like you're working out. So but I love getting you guys motivated in the office.
I know. And legend has it you beat them in heels, a lot of the guys with the exercises. That's
Yes,
push-up contest.
I think I saw some of that.
Yes, she did.
Yeah. I think it's one right beside me, actually. Yeah. So when did you? I had that would be good. Cool. I had a light bulb moment. Office Pilates. You should probably.
I've pitched it.
Have you did that?
Oh, I have a bunch of reformers at home. I'm like, can I please bring one in?
Oh my God.
Can I set it up?
Office Pilates coming to you soon, Michele. There you go.
I would love to teach you all and get you guys moving and we have a lot of people that work out and are physical. They're playing sports, soccer, and so on. And then they come in with these injuries.
Yeah.
And then sitting at a desk all day. I mean, that will destroy anybody's
Absolutely.
body. So to just be able to release and open up and stretch and make sure you're supporting those muscles to be in peak performance.
How long do you feel you can be in a position and the capacity physical to do it? Do you feel like it's something you can do the next 5 years, next 10 years?
Forever. So Pilates, I mean, I did it all the way till my kid was born. The day my kid was born, I was doing Pilates.
Wow.
So you just modify, I don't know.
Pressure on you pregnant ladies out there. If you're doing Pilates,
start now.
Yeah.
So, but you can do it. I mean, I teach clients all ages. It's incredible. There are, just all ages. It's for everybody. It's for every level. It
doesn't
can be
matter.
motivated. It does not matter. It's movements. We all need movements. Our cells move. Our bodies move.
Yeah.
We should move.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I agree.
How do you align what you do here and home and the Pilates studio and all that stuff? I know we talked about that, but.
Yeah, so it was when I came here, it was a decision. My Pilates studio was blowing up, doing fabulous. So it was either move storefront or I was ready for just as usual to add something else to my plate. Because why not?
Yeah.
So that's when I ended up coming here. I said that will be a sacrifice to the Pilates a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. You know, I knew I would lose some of the clients I had that I taught during the day. Right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you can't still build a business. So it's not over. It just, because at night, I have time at night when I can't fall asleep. And that's when I do most of my thinking for Pilates and what I can do with it virtually. I did a lot of virtual work.
Yeah.
So you never know.
So just kind of
but it's just a chapter
schedule.
That's kind of it's still there. I still keep it active. I teach on the weekends sometimes. Some of my clients, I do it all the time myself. But you kind of have to keep your focus. Even though you can juggle a lot of things, what's priority, right?
Family, there you go.
Family,
Right.
And then what's next? Okay, where do I want to be 5 years from now?
Yeah,
what do I want to be doing?
You just kind of shuffle your
and
schedule.
you just shift it slightly.
And you're passionate about it, so people are going to do. So you'll find a way to do it.
And you can't fit yourself in a box. So many people, you're a Pilates instructor. You work as a recruiter.
Yeah.
Why do I have to be one thing?
Right.
That's my opinion.
Right.
Why can't we be more than one thing?
I mean, you wear a lot
one
of
life
hats.
to live.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
let's do it all.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So you're not. In other words, you're not quitting Pilates anytime soon.
No,
That's what I heard, Walker. Right?
Definitely not.
It's
Works
going to
for
be
me.
ongoing lifetime Pilates. Yeah.
It's going to be core group
Lifetime
Pilates.
That sounds awesome.
That's right.
sounds awesome.
That's right.
Yeah. So Michele, you were, like I said, we have an employee of the month system here. You were the first one who's on this podcast. So kind of explain or, talk about how it made you feel when they let you know you were the employee of the month and, what you think you did to receive that.
Oh, that's a really good question. I was completely shocked. I was like, are you sure? No, I was shocked. And then my own personal, the way I handle things and the whole competitiveness, I right away was like, oh my God, that means I have to perform so much better the next year. So the pressure, like as great as it was, like I started to put that like internal pressure a little bit, which is not a bad thing. That's what drives us, right?
It's just got to be healthy.
It's a healthy line. Yeah. So, so totally blessed. Core group for doing that. I think it was a shock because not many companies like really embrace their employees and give back to their employees and support them. And stepping into core group, there's the first thing you notice is the environment. The culture here is incredible.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So receiving that really meant a lot.
That's
and
awesome.
especially knowing I'm kind of like that bull in a china shop, like, Northeast coming into a Texas office, like, hey, I'm here. What can I do?
Right.
And why?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
It's definitely awesome to hear that you got it being on my team. So it was awesome to hear that.
Thank you.
So you did a training a little bit ago over, your LinkedIn work. And for those who don't know, LinkedIn is where you go if you want a job. So, and it's something we use almost every day. And you've really done a really great job in promoting yourself and your, the jobs that you're working for Core Group on there. So could you just talk a little bit about, what it looks like and, what you use and, just what you do with LinkedIn.
And the strategy behind it. Because there's a lot of recruiters probably going to be watching this. And especially us, you've kind of shifted my mindset and our mindset about LinkedIn and how that can help us. So
I saw you post one today.
Oh
I loved it. I saw that, Jeremy.
I've been doing it, but you have brought in something game changing for us with LinkedIn. It's always been there, but the way you do it consistently, I think. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm blessed to have learned a lot of the marketing tools from Pilates, actually growing your own business. You try to reach people and how are you going to reach them, right?
Yeah.
And you have to test the markets and test what works. So LinkedIn, I was big on Instagram, like in other platforms. LinkedIn, is more business related, like we're saying, which is great for us and recruiters. So the strategy behind it is I look at it as when you go to events, corporate events, or happy hour for companies meeting up. At that moment, you're interacting with people.
Right.
So how do we do that on a daily basis? A lot of people do it on LinkedIn.
Got it.
They're going there for jobs. They're going there to network. They're going there to build relationships.
Right.
And for me, being involved in any kind of sales role or recruiting role, salesperson to me is just about relationships.
Yeah.
So I want to build those relationships and help people out. So my strategy is based on like building the network I have. Targeting, the jobs I'm working, trying to recruit from those people into those jobs, really into my network, because you never know when you can help somebody out.
Right.
Exactly.
So just to really use LinkedIn, I use a lot of the posts I make. I try to be as consistent as possible. So if you're going to just starting out in recruiting, highly recommend consistency. People are looking, they look Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or certain times of the week are ideal posting times for LinkedIn, when you can post your jobs, when you can post them creatively and try to brand yourself.
Right.
Because in a world, of all of these people, how do you stand out? So that's all. I've just really jumped into doing it myself and helping everybody at Core Group kind of figure out their brand, because we work for Core Group, but we're also our own individuals.
Exactly.
And we need to hold true to that.
That's right.
Because who I attract is different than who you attract.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So I think it's a great tool.
Yeah.
Everybody should be on it.
Exactly.
Whether you're looking for work, whether you're recruiting, companies, they really need to embrace LinkedIn and get on the ball and start joining in.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to grow together.
Exactly.
That's awesome. And speaking of, how did you bring those new accounts in that you got? Was it through LinkedIn?
So yeah, a few of them were through LinkedIn, and then some personal network, just reaching out. And some just not giving up when they said, "Oh, we don't need any help. We don't need it. We're good. Oh, we have LinkedIn." But here's the awesome thing: recruiters do that. Yeah, companies can go on LinkedIn and post their own job, but that's a lot of stress for the company to shift and sift through all those resumes and screen all those people.
Right.
So how amazing to have a recruiter doing all that for you.
Yep. That's right.
And you're just investing in the relationship, really.
Yeah, yeah,
and
absolutely.
Then until you're ready to hire somebody. So it's actually, yes, LinkedIn is easy. It seems easy for these companies to jump on, but utilizing
as soon as people start applying.
But you have to account for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're there for the clients. So really, I think they just saw my activity, some of them, and I just kept reaching out to them, checking
That's
in,
awesome. Yeah.
like, how's it going? What struggles do you have?
Yeah.
And building that relationship. And I was really lucky in the sense that's what matters. And once they get to know you, they realize you're there for them.
Exactly.
And they realize the value.
Yeah.
It's a value add.
And just so people know, like we have a set sales team. We that goes out and finds clients for us.
By the way,
they go out and find the clients for us, essentially doing the job you just said. So for you to juggle your recruiting, your account management, and now doing BD and sales work, it's really a fantastic thing. Do you know the amount of accounts you brought in? Do you remember?
I forget off the top of my head. But here's the thing: I'm not going to stop. Right?
Yeah.
The more I could bring in, the better.
Exactly.
I also am trying to open the door in different, we're diversifying what we're bringing in and bringing with my background, trying to bring some of those clients in to core group a little bit more too. So it's all, like I said, jump all in, with respect to BD and all these other departments. But if we're already on the ground talking to all these people,
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it just makes it easier.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we have the relationship. If you ever need us help, we're here.
Exactly.
Right.
That's all.
And I think that's the value proposition we have as a company and as individual recruiters. It's like, listen, you got to account for how many people you got to pre-screen. You got to do, calls. You got to make sure you walk through the interview. That's a lot of time and resources. So that's awesome. You've been able to do that.
Yep. I agree. What do you have vacations coming up? I know you have a couple this year.
I want to hear that. I want to hear about that.
Are they talking about your family vacations, your personal vacations, just all those things?
Okay, so I love to travel.
Yes.
It's like I have to travel. I'm that dolphin, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to. I will work hard, super hard, and all hours of the night to do all the things I want to do. But I need that vacation. It speaks to me, my soul.
Work hard, play hard.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So we are actually leaving Sunday. We're going on a cruise with the family.
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
where y'all going?
We're going to Mexico, Roatan, Cozumel, Costa Maya.
All the fun ones.
All the fun
ones. Nice.
I know. My girl's going to swim in dolphins.
Nice.
And actually all my kids are.
Yeah.
But she was the most excited. My youngest was,
That's cool.
So
get a time to unplug, I'm sure.
We're going to completely unplug, spend some quality time together.
Make sure
they're
going to
be stuck on a ship with us.
Yeah.
So
They can't
that
go anywhere.
tween age doesn't matter. Like you're stuck with us. You're not going anywhere.
We're on the ship together.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
That's it.
So that'll be fun. So that's soon. And then, getting in that time, juggling family work, getting that time with my husband can be difficult, because you're all over the place. We're like two ships sailing side by side that are in different directions every hour of the day. So we actually planned a trip recently. We're going to go to Mexico again. I'm like, I just want to sit on a beach.
That's fair.
And chill. So
be left alone.
Yeah.
That's another trip.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah. And then the biggest and most important one is in the summer. We go every summer back home. My family, well, we actually go to like the whole Northeast.
Okay.
So my family and my husband's family is up in some of them in the Northeast. So Connecticut, we try to hit. We're out in Long Island.
Okay.
And then the Jersey Shore is Long Beach Island is where my family has gone since forever, since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So we kind of try to fit in like a week
like
or
an
so
East
in Long
Coast
Island.
tour.
It's an East Coast. And then we fit in Manhattan because I used to live there and I love it.
Yeah.
The vibe.
I love Manhattan.
Yeah.
Love Manhattan.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So that's the one that speaks, the most.
Yep.
It's the one the kids look forward to.
You got a full slated schedule,
I
travel
do.
schedule.
Now, how do I fit all
There
that?
you go.
Figure it out as we go.
Wow. So tell us, Michele, a little bit about, like, you got a favorite book you read, favorite show? Well, I can tell you, I'll start with the book. You got a favorite book?
So I have an all-time favorite book that for some reason always spoke to me was To Kill a Mockingbird.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great
I just
one.
thought it was just a classic.
Maya Angelou.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Who was
Harper Lee.
Harper Lee.
Okay.
Maya
That's
Angelou.
right.
Okay,
That's
you
right.
just brought up somebody that is one of my favorite poets. Maya
Wow.
Angelou. Yeah, absolutely. So
Wow.
ironically,
Yeah.
it's like you
There you
knew.
go.
There's
Yeah.
some like ESP
Yeah.
thing going on. So To Kill a Mockingbird, excellent book. Speaks to how different lives, how you relate to people who are different.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Cool.
and it's very, you know, from a kid, it has always been one of my classic favorites.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about do you have time for TV shows? Do you have a favorite TV show?
I mean, I wish
when
I
you
had
do,
more
if
time.
you do have more time.
Oh gosh, I get sucked
Is there
into
one you
all
have to
sorts of-
watch? Like with this show, I have to watch this show.
You know, no, I mean, I don't have like one show. I get into things, you know,
Okay.
Succession, Billions,
Yeah,
I get into
yeah,
all
yeah.
those. You know, then I have my New Girl fix, you know,
Yeah.
where it's just comedy and it just reminds me of living in Manhattan. I don't know why,
Yes.
even though it's not
Yeah.
New York.
Are you a Netflix?
Yeah, so
Oh,
we're
so you will
stream. We
Netflix.
stream.
Okay, you will stream.
Yeah, for sure. You know, show wise, I've recently been watching Comedians.
Yeah.
I think because I just need the mental.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I just need some like carefree laughter.
Chris Rock got a new one out, I believe.
Yeah, he
Y'all
just
saw
came
that
out
one?
with. Yeah,
I
a
haven't
little bit.
seen it yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's supposed to be pretty funny.
I heard he
Okay,
addresses
cool.
the slap, but
Yeah, he
the
addresses
infamous
the-
slap.
yeah.
But yeah, well, I
all
haven't
right.
seen it yet, but
Yeah.
I've heard some things about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
So you know, I thought I was wrong. I thought your favorite show possibly could be Shark Tank. You like
Oh,
a
I do
Shark
like
Tank.
Shark Tank.
Okay.
I mean, so my
'Cause
kids
that's
are
my
into
favorite-
Shark
one of my
Tank.
favorites. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And we watch
Okay.
a lot of like travel foodie shows.
Okay.
You know, my family does. What else do we watch? The kids, we watch. There's like these interactive shows. I forget what they're called, where you can choose like
Yeah.
what if you're gonna go through the cave or if you. I don't know.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
like some of those shows.
Right, right.
And then yeah, that's it. And I don't get a lot of time for.
I was going to
TV.
say when you do your
Yeah.
time. Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, I noticed that kids now, they don't even watch shows. They just do YouTube and they
They do
stream. I'm
YouTube.
like, it's not even.
TikTok, the whole
Oh,
nine.
man.
I mean, we had shows to watch.
We
Michele,
did.
we around, without telling our age, we around.
TGIF.
We had
I
shows
mean,
we would
yeah.
watch. Family shows. We had other shows, 30-minute shows, and we just get it. But
Yes.
nowadays,
And
it's
you had to wait for them to be released.
a different type of
different-
TV.
Yeah.
Different time.
It's a little
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
It's a little
That's
different.
right. That's right.
So
I watch Mr. Beast. I'm not gonna lie.
He's great.
Yeah, he's
I
great.
heard about that.
I love him. He's fantastic.
Yeah, I heard about that
He's
one. I
great.
haven't seen that one.
He's
Oh, get on it.
He's awesome.
So what Mr. Beast about again? What is that?
Basically, he's just a good guy who gives stuff away. That's basically all he does. Like
And it's on
Yeah.
Netflix?
no, it's on
No,
YouTube.
YouTube.
He just and
pull
basically
it up.
all he does is just goes and gives millions and
Yeah.
millions of dollars away.
Oh.
Businessman. Yeah.
very very good guy.
Beast.
Like one
Okay.
of them,
Like
he
it's
like
smart.
brought 4 random people. You put
Wow.
your hand on a boat. Last person to take their hand off the boat wins the boat.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And these kids are like trying to do it on the playground. Like
Yeah.
they have these
Yeah.
games going too.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he's spreading good
Oh, he
good
is.
vibes.
He's a
good
he's
deeds.
a really good
Yeah.
guy.
Good.
We'll have
That's
him. We'll
awesome.
have him on here shortly.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
That would be
Yeah.
really cool.
That would be cool.
Marketing
Yeah.
team, get on that.
Yeah, let's do it. I want to be
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, talk a little bit, being someone who works with you every day, talk a little bit about your short-term goals for yourself and for our team, and then your long-term goals for yourself.
Ooh, that's always a hard question. I think that's like the stumper in interviews. Short term, just because of like my past and health events and stuff like that, I definitely live for now. That's just like daily. Like I'm all in for today. So sometimes it's like a little overwhelming to even think. I think from those events is even think about like 5 years, 10 years. I try to like make it, okay, this is where I think I'm headed, but don't really focus on that too much.
Right.
Because the things I'm doing today are going to get me there.
That's what matters.
Right. So, long-term goals for me is just to, and like I said, family is important to me, just to continue to build that foundation for my family, show the kids that you can, like go after what you want, never give up and all of that. And then continue to build, I like what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see where it goes.
Yeah.
Kind of you never know where this will lead.
Right.
And see how far I can go with it. I don't have really expectations on what the next chapter will be. But I know it's going to be awesome.
We know Pilates will be in there.
Pilates will always be in there.
That's going to always be in there.
Building a network will always be in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll have placed a ton of people and changed lives.
That's
right?
the hope.
I can tell you what the long term is.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah.
They're teenagers. You got to see them all the way through the
That's
couch.
where my focus is,
Yeah.
Entirely on what I'm doing that contributes, comes back to the family.
It's a huge piece of your life.
It is.
Exactly.
It's everything. And these are the formative, these are important years. Those teenage years are important to be around, to be present, to invest in them.
And the world is just steady clamoring at them. They got stuff coming all the time. Challenges all the time.
And realizing how you just never know with life events, what can come up.
That's right.
You just really have to give it all today and now and invest in that. So so when you talk about goals, continue to live my best life.
That's right. That's right.
That's true.
Cool.
Well, that's
Thank
awesome.
you for sharing that.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
That's great of you.
Well, we're at the portion where we do our Bible verse, and I actually get to get it this week.
You get it
I'll give
today.
you a break.
Excited.
I know, that's fine.
So it's actually kind of in lieu with what you were saying, how juggling everything. And I think this is the perfect guest to have on. My scripture came 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. And it says to cast all of your anxiety on God because he cares for us. And so when I hear that, all your stress, all your anxiety, all your issues of life, every care and concern, we can't do it all. We will be consumed. So for those out there, cast all your cares on the Lord because he cares for us.
Yeah.
So that's the Bible scripture.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, Michele, as we wrap up here, I do like to say, being the person that you report to, it is so great that you're on my team. You are the hardest working person that I've ever met.
Thank you.
It is a joy to work with you every day.
Absolutely.
I am just so excited just to be a part of your life and work with you. And I could not be more proud of you.
Thank you so much. That means a lot,
super,
guys.
Super.
I really loved being on this. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. See, it was.
I didn't know how I made
You
it
can
through.
breathe now.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and I'll piggyback on Walker. You bring such a joy to the office, and you're so positive and encouraging. But most importantly, you're just an extremely hard worker.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's
And
the main
on
part.
this show podcast, we like to give you your flowers while you live.
Of course.
Yeah, so we'll give you that. But
Yeah.
thank you for being a part of our show.
It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Core Compass podcast. You can find plenty of exciting content from other people on our team, like Michele.
That's right.
In our blog, our website, linked in the description.
That's right.
Make sure you follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram at Core Group Resources. Guys, thank you so much. It's
See
been
you
an
next
awesome
week.
episode. We'll see you next week.
Signing off. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.